Good evening, all. It is my pleasure to introduce today's session moderator, Ms. Sweta Jain. Ms. Sweta Jain has accumulated over 8 years of experience in the field of education and currently serves as the class representative of Grade 1 at Akshar International School, Pune. Her academic qualifications include an MPhil and AB Ed degree. She has contributed a newspaper article to NIE and has hosted several orientation programs at the school level. Additionally, she has been instrumental in introducing innovative teaching learning materials to enhance classroom teaching methodologies. An avid reader, Ms. Jain has a passion for exploring different genres of books, reflecting her commitment to continuous learning and growth. Hearty welcome, Ms. Sweta. Please proceed. The stage is yours.
Sir, I'll start. Thank you so much, sir, for such a heartfelt introduction.
Welcome.
Yeah. All right. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all the educators and participants on behalf of Extra Mile Education and Training. Your presence here reflects a shared commitment to shaping a future-ready generation. Extra Mile is a leading force in professional development established under the inspiring leadership of Dr. Abdul Salam as a part of Bharat Transformers and Academic Group, the BTAC Group. Backed by a strong network of expert trainers, Extra Mile is well positioned to provide tailored training programs both online and offline across the country. I'm truly grateful to Dr. Salam, sir, and the Extra Mile Education and Training team for giving me the honor of moderating today's session. Thank you so much, sir. We are here to explore a very important and exciting initiative under the National Education Policy 2020, Vidya-Pravesh. It is a play-based school preparation module designed especially for children entering grade 1. It is a carefully structured 3-month program aimed at helping our youngest learners transition smoothly from the informal setting of home or preschool into a more structured environment of formal schooling. In this session, we will understand the philosophy behind Vidya Pravesh, explore its components, and also discuss how we as educators and facilitators can effectively implement it in our classrooms. But before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to highlight a few points for your reference. If you have any query, please feel free to share them via the chat box. For a more interactive experience, you can ask questions by raising your virtual hand and we will call upon you during the question answer session. And finally, to receive your certificate of participation, kindly fill out the certificate and feedback form which will be shared at the end of the session. Please stay with us until the session concludes. Before we move to the technical learning of the day, I'd like to introduce the key members of BTAC team, starting with Dr. Abdul Salam sir, a distinguished CBSE resource person and master trainer. Dr. Salam has a wealth of experience and has made significant contribution to the education sector. He serves as an assessor for the NEBIT, which is under the Government of India. He is the visionary founder and CEO of Extra Mile Education and Training and Bharat Transformers Academic Group, the BTAC Group. Sir, without further ado, I would like you to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Ms. Shweta. Good evening, everybody. Respected resource person, Ms. Amira, Viju sir, and all who have joined. Hearty welcome. Thank you for your enthusiasm for learning. By 7, the room is full. So let's make sure that our connection is very strong. Otherwise, we will be thrown out. Won't be able to, be in the room. So thank you so much. And those who could not, join, please inform your friends if anybody is outside that this video is being recorded and will be shared on our YouTube channel tomorrow. So there is no worries. And yeah, well, it's a very good topic offered by Miss Amira. Thank you so much, Miss Amira, for offering this topic because, every year we have to have lots of novel activities to welcome our young ones coming to school. We all celebrate, school first day of the school with the sweets and lots of decorations and all. But added to that, if you have a few different activities as suggested by NEP and NCRT and all, we have the module with us today, and Miss Amira will take you through the modules for various activities, so that you can implement it in the school. Hearty welcome once again, and wish you all the very best for the new academic year that's coming up. Thank you. Over to Miss Shweta. Shweta, over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Your encouraging vision keeps us moving towards the excellence. Everyone here, we are also privileged to have with us Mr. Biju S. Pillai, sir, a veteran educator. He is currently serving as a principal of Sri Chitra Public School, Trivandrum. It's an honor to have you with us today, sir. I request Biju, sir, to share his thoughts with the gathering.
Thank you, Sweta ma'am. Most respected Director Dr. Abdul Salam sir, today's resource person Amira ma'am, and all other educators. As our director has told, by 7 itself the room is full. So that much enthusiastic teachers are to know more about. And really, my dear teachers, you are the molders and you are the role model in front of the small kids. So it is the right time to grab as much as ideas, tips to start with the new academic year, so that see, we are the one actually making the scenario more attractive, more cheerful. So we should be the role model in front of them. So all this depends upon each and every criteria should be in such a way so that it should be attractive and it should be there in the children's long-term memory. So without wasting much time, let us go back to our resource persons to know more about it. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful address. It's my honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed resource person for today's session, Ms. Amira Ansari. Ma'am is a seasoned educator with over 15 years of rich experience in teaching across polytechnic and engineering colleges. She has served as the head of the computer science department and PGT at SVKM CBSE School, Dhule. She holds a master's degree in computer science engineering and has also completed her bachelor's in education, combining strong technical expertise with pedagogical knowledge. Ms. Ansari is a certified QCI NEBIT assessor since 2019, a testament to her commitment to educational quality and institutional excellence. As a school innovation ambassador, she has actively mentored students in cutting edge projects, including those involving microbit coding, one of which earned national recognition at the CBSE Skill Expo. As a school innovation ambassador and published researcher, she is passionate about advancing knowledge management in Indian school and has recently authored a poetry book titled Whispers of the Soul, which was nominated for 21st Century Emily Dixon Award. Yes, sir, we do have a round of applause for her. Congratulations, ma'am. With a remarkable blend of academic leadership, technical innovation, and creative expression, Ms. Ansari truly exemplifies the spirit of the 21st century education. We are delighted to have her with us today. And on behalf of everyone here, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to you, ma'am, and invite you to share your expertise with us. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Shweta ma'am. A very good evening to all the educators out here. So today's session is designed to help us understand Vidya-Pravesh. That is an initiative under the National Education Policy, that is NEP 2020, which is aimed at strengthening foundational learning in early years. So together we will explore the pedagogy, key activities, and teacher facilitation techniques that align with the goals of foundational literacy and numeracy, that is FLN. So let us all collaborate, reflect, and equip ourselves to provide our young learners with a strong and nurturing start to the educational journey.
Yes, ma'am. Looking forward to it.
My screen visible? Sweta ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
So Vidya-Pravesh, that is a 3-month play-based school preparation module that is specifically designed for the students who are going to enter grade 1. So Vidya-Pravesh, it is also called as the door to knowledge, and it is a foundational learning initiative under NEP 2020. Also, it has been designed, it is a designed course that is to be completed within 3 months based and a play-based preparatory module program for grade 1 students that would be typically 6-year-old to provide a smooth and joyful transition from early childhood education to formal schooling. So, we all as educators, we all know that the students entering nursery, junior KG, senior KG, and as soon as the students enter grade 1, there is a drastic transition. And because we all know that preschool teachers are very different and grade 1 teachers are very different. As soon as the child enters grade 1, teachers are behind, okay, study English, study EVS, study math, study this, study that, and the child is confused. So, what is your experience regarding that? If teachers are over here who are facing this transition, from the student point of view, could anyone share their views out here regarding the transition from preschool to grade 1?
Teachers, you can raise your hand, educators, and I can just unmute you, if anyone. Ma'am, I can share my experience being with grade 1. So yes, it is difficult for the transition. They really don't know how to sit in a place. Timetable becomes a little difficult for them. Following, that is the first step. Like looking at different teachers for different subjects, that definitely is a hard thing, and definitely writing part becomes more of a difficult part, because in pre-primary there are mother teacher and a helper teacher with them. But here, there is no concept of two teachers. Okay, Ritusen ma'am has raised her hand.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Ritu ma'am.
Ritu ma'am, you can unmute and talk to ma'am.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, actually, after pre-primary, when the child reaches grade 1, they are actually bombarded with a series of subjects and lot of information and lot of learning, which make them feel that they are at sea, because they are under a lot of structured learning during the pre-primary. The teachers are very patient. The teachers are more into the joyful and playful form of learning, and grade 1 brings them to the harsh reality. Yes, now it's a serious business. Now we have to do a lot of writing, we have to learn a lot of question and answers, and we have to make structured notebooks where we have to follow a lot of rules and things. So that makes a child a lot confused, and definitely he feels it is a bit more difficult than what he was doing previously. Now, after grade 1 and 2, and I'm just moving a step further, still in grade 1 and 2, again, the style, the education part or whatever is still simpler because the worksheet based question and answers are given to them. A little bit of help is there. But when after grade 2, when the child moves on to grade 3, then it becomes a very, very difficult for the child, which we are facing in our school, that when the child moves on to grade 3 level, the child is very, very difficult. It is very difficult for him to cope up because the mother teacher concept, which is there till grade 2, it vanishes when the child reaches in grade 3. So pre-primary to grade 1 and 2, yes, a big change, and a child feels it very difficult to handle.
Yeah, exactly. So, based on that only, today we are going to learn the techniques like how we can bring a smooth transition from pre-primary, and gradually how we can smoothly transition the students to grade 1 and 2. So, a structured course has been provided by NEP. So, this is a part of national education policy, and it is a vision for the early years, that is the age 3 to 8. Also, it is an integral part to Nipun Bharat mission for universal foundational literacy and numeracy. Also, it is structured to ensure continuity and consistency in early learning. So let us see certain key features and objectives. So the very first key feature is a play-based learning. You know what happens in nursery, junior KG, senior KG? The child feels that, okay, the school is very joyful, I'm very happy, I get to play, everything is based on activity. The child does not understand, ki, am I really doing some learning? The learning is not very formal, the learning is informal, and the child gradually learns, and the child is unaware that I'm learning something by doing this. And as soon as the child enters grade 1, there is a formal learning. Okay, now English, now maths, now you have to do this, now you have to do that. So the child, becomes very confused. Also, there might be chances that they can lose the interest in studies. So the very first key feature is the play-based learning. So what is the module emphasizes that learning through engaging hands-on activities and games rather than traditional textbooks and assessment. So what we as educators can do is we can follow the same techniques as in junior KG, senior KG, and we can introduce the concepts with hands-on activities and play-based methods. Then the second key feature is the foundational skill. So it focuses on developing the foundational literacy and numeracy, as well as social and emotional skills like sharing, cooperation. Then the next one is regarding the holistic development. So this module aims to provide cognitive, emotional, as well as social growth of the learners and preparing them for the challenges and opportunities in the world. Again, the very important aspect, that is a smooth transition, which helps the children to adapt to new environment, to build the confidence and develop a positive attitude. So regarding the implementation, when we look regarding the duration, the module is implemented in the first 3 months, that is 12 weeks of grade 1, which would be starting right from June, as soon as the school starts. And regarding the schedule, it involves around 4 hours of activities, 4 to 5 hours of activities. So even you can prepare the activities, or you can dedicate the hours as per your convenience. Again, regarding the activities include games, songs, storytelling, and other play-based methods that would be very engaging for the children, so that children enjoy coming to grade 1 and not frighten away and run away back to senior KG. And talking about the teacher's role, the teacher would be playing a very, very crucial role in facilitating the learning by creating a very, very supportive and stimulating learning environment. So when we talk about the foundational stage, so we are having 6 years of learning or teaching learning that goes on during the foundational stage. So between 3 to 4 years, that is preschool 1, typically called as the nursery. Then preschool 2, between 4 to 5 years, that is junior KG. Then preschool 3, also called as Balvatika, that is ranging from 5 to 6 years, also called as senior KG. And here comes the Vidya-Pravesh, that is grade 1. As soon as the child enters grade 1, that is Vidya-Pravesh, the age group is 6 to 7 years. Then we have grade 2 and grade 3 accordingly. So when we are talking like, why is the smooth transition needed? Why even the grade 1 and 2 teachers should adapt to play-based learning, and why this Vidya Pravesh, why everyone are talking all about it. So let us see. Easing the transition. Here the main role player is the student. So from the aspect of the student, we have to ease the transition for the student as educators. For many kids, particularly those who come from rural areas or they have never been to school before, the classroom might sound strange and frightening. So what Vidya Pravesh does is it provides a smooth and easy movement of small children from home to school. And the second important factor is the play-based learning. So unlike the conventional strategy, kids are not tested with the books and assignments for success, but they will develop the skills such as counting, recognizing letters, sharing, and working in a team through playing. And we have to encourage their self-esteem and curiosity. Also, I think you all might be knowing about Panchakosh. That is the 5 layers of holistic human development. As per Brahmavali, that is Taittiriya Samhita, true education develops the entire human personality through 5 dimensions. And also it lays the foundation for the holistic education that begins right from early childhood, which will make the student the lifelong well-being learning, and also it is envisioned in NEP 2020. So the first very important part is the Annamay Kosh. It is also called as the physical development. Here we have to focus on health, on proper nutrition, on the physical activities and the well-being of the student. Then the next one is the Pranmay Kosh, that is regarding the vital energy development. So here the student should know regarding breathing control, vitality, rhythm of life through activities like yoga and some structured movement. Then the next one is Manomay Kosh, that is also called as the mental and the emotional development of the child. So we as educators need to cultivate the emotions, values, discipline, and emotional intelligence. Then the fourth one is the Viganmay Kosh, that is cognitive and intellectual development, that is related to the thinking skills, problem solving, inquiry, and understanding. And the next one is the Anandamay Kosh, that is spiritual and inner joy. So by nurturing joy, peace, and purpose, and inner balance through reflection, values, and mindfulness. So that is called as the Panchakosh, or the 5 layers of holistic human development. And all these are included in our Vidya Pravesh course that has been provided. So learning through play, that is a joyful path to learning. So we all know that play is the most natural way for young children to learn. So it is that when the child is coming to school, we as educators are not telling, okay, now stop playing, you have come here to learn. So that is not the right way. The child's mind is always like, when am I going to get time to play? So what we are going to do as educators, we have to make the child learn while playing. So here are certain strategies. The first one is the role play and pretend play activities. So we can count on imaginary vegetables in a make-believe market, or to build the number sense. Then we have sensory exploration. For example, like drawing patterns in stand or shaping the letters from clay to enhance the fine motor skills and literacy. Then we have songs and stories, that is like rhyming games, stories, puppet shows that support the language development and memory of the child. We have group games like hopscotch and circle games to teach cooperation, self-regulation, and physical balance. So now I would like all the educators out here to share certain activities based on these joyful learning strategies.
Yes, participants here, you can raise your hand in response to ma'am and I can unmute you, if anyone.
So based on these joyful,
Yes, Shikha ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, actually, like role play, sensory exploration. So I just wanted to share one activity. Saturdays, we have bagless days. So we often put up a fair or a mela type of thing, like a life skill mela or a numerical or literacy, yeah, financial literacy and numeracy. So it also helped our students to understand the concept in a more joyful manner.
wow, that is a very good idea. Even like incorporating Bagless Day along with all these joyful learning activities, a very good concept and strategy which we all can definitely try out.
Ma'am, we have Ritu ma'am also. Ritu ma'am, you can unmute.
Yes. We also, from nursery level, we introduce this show and tell, which we do it every, alternate day, where the child is, asked to speak about something which he finds or she finds interesting in the classroom. So they pick up the thing of their choice and they speak it. And we ask the child to describe it in their own words. And we also tell them to figure out if there are any more in numbers, only there's one particular thing which is there in the class, or you can find more of them in numbers. So this way the child is introduced to one and many, and of course the color, the shape, and whatever the child is actually perceiving it and expressing it in his or her own ways. So that of course is a very immersive kind of a learning, which we try to we ask the child to get on to.
And the very good aspect regarding this is the child is choosing the topic or the object, whatever. So definitely there is some motivation and interest to the child if we are giving to choose. So that would be a very nice one. Very good.
Agreed. Agreed. Ma'am, in the chat, someone has written about circle time, that they do circle time with them in the class.
Yeah. Even circle time, very, very good activity, that always encourages each and every child. Like if the other child is talking, definitely even I can try to talk and I can develop the language development. Even a very good activity so that the students learn to socialize and interact with their companions in the class. Circle time is always a very good activity. Anyone else would like to share?
No, ma'am, no one else. Okay, ma'am, in the chat, Archana ma'am has written in EVS, we have been talking about blindfold activities. Someone has written vocabulary games.
Even, yeah, very good activities. Yeah, very good vocabulary games. Could you please describe, Pushpalata ma'am, regarding the vocabulary games? Can you give certain examples regarding that?
Pushpalata ma'am, can you unmute and talk to us if you would like to?
Okay, we have one more answer in the chat box. To teach tables, we played the dice game.
Dice game.
Yeah, very engaging one. A very nice activity that is. Like the child feels engaged and excited to learn something. Very well. Yeah. So moving forward, we have the activity or the interest areas. So here are certain interest areas that have been defined in in the Vidya-Pravesh module. That is library and literacy, dolls and dramatic play, discovery or science, block building, maths or manipulative, art, music and movement. And we all know as educators that all these activities go hand in hand. If you are trying to focus on one activity or interest area, it is definitely involving the other two or three activity or interest areas. So could you like to, I would like you all to share the activities of how we can integrate these interest areas.
You can raise your virtual hand and I can unmute you. Anyone from the participants?
So any of the educators would like to share how we can integrate these activity areas through which?
We have Ritu ma'am again. Ma'am,
Yes.
please unmute yourself.
It's a very simple thing that we can integrate music, while teaching numeracy by singing the number rhymes. The child can integrate, can enjoy the music, can learn the rhythm, can tap to the music, and of course, sing the numbers along. And that is a very, very simple and a very conventional yet effective way of, integrating music with numeracy. And similarly, we can teach them, using clay, molding, and by, scaffolding, writing on the sand as well. So we are integrating their sensory skills along with the numeracy, and similarly the same can be done with the other subjects as well. Integrating the arts into, literacy or into learning is definitely in the national education policy, and which we have to do it. And children, they learn well when they are involved or they are immersed, as ma'am in the beginning very nicely said. Shweta ma'am, I think you had mentioned that the child खेल खेल में सीख जाता है, बच्चे को पता ही नहीं चलता कि मैंने क्या सीखा, and it actually was kind of a learning. So the immersive learning is, the in thing. We have to make the child competent enough to apply what he is or she is learning in a very, very playful and a joyful way. So music, art, these all have to be integrated so that the learning is more joyful, learning is more immersive, and learning is more impactful.
Exactly. Very
Agreed,
well
ma'am.
said, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, Shekha ma'am is also there. Ma'am, please unmute yourself. Thank you so much, Ritu ma'am.
Ma'am, we can even integrate art with the nature walk. With the nature walk, you can integrate various other things like art ho gaya, then music, then sensory play. So I think nature walk is the best area or the best mode in which integration can be done with the small kids.
Yeah, exactly. Even
Thank you.
yeah, as they are going out in nature, they can see to the different aspect, like if there are certain birds, like what are the sound of the birds. Then if there are plants and trees, they can touch, they can feel, they can recognize. We can integrate so many things through it. Very well said, ma'am. I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
we are having certain answers in the chat box as well.
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
yeah.
Ma'am,
Bini,
someone has written about, like sorting out of fruits and vegetables, real life experiences, and nature walk, as ma'am has already mentioned. Literacy, we can make children dress up in costumes that they want to explain in KG classes, like tomatoes, etc., and make them draw, speak, and integrate it with nutrition value, and take them out on the garden to explain the concept.
yes.
Energizers, yeah.
Yeah. Even Bini ma'am has written clay modeling,
Clay.
drawings and painting. So you know what happens through these activities? The child is not knowing that I am learning something, and the learning is happening in the background without explicitly telling that you have to learn, you have to attend the class. So we as facilitators have to encourage them, and they are feeling that okay, I am enjoying with clay, okay, I am singing, okay, I am drawing, but the learning is happening somewhere, and the child is unaware of it, that okay, I am studying over here or I am doing something. So that it is that we have to make it joyful. Again, Sarumathi ma'am has written library and literacy. We make children dress up in the costumes that they want to explain in KG classes, like tomato, and make them draw, speak, and integrate with the nutritional value, and take them to our garden and explain the concept. Wow, very superb. Superb, ma'am. Like if we are taking a simple concept of tomato, the child will learn how to draw, how to speak regarding it, and how to integrate with the nutritional value. So over and out, every aspect of tomato has been covered in a very, very joyful manner. And taking regarding all the fruits and vegetables in this manner, the child will definitely learn very well. Then someone has written regarding the energizers. Yeah, energizers play a very, very, very important role, and also it can be an ice breaking activity. Then we can teach math shapes by giving them to draw the different pictures. Yeah, very well said, Sanifa ma'am. Even best out of waste, Archana ma'am has written very nice. Yeah, best out of waste. Show and tell. Yeah, that is Ritu ma'am has written show and tell. Also, that is also a very, very good engaging activity. So moving forward. So when we are talking about the teachers, so teachers would be only the guide and not just the instructors. So as we all know that modern education places the teacher in the role of a facilitator and mentor, we only have to guide each child through a meaningful and engaging learning journey. So certain key practices have been mentioned. The first one is the individualized attention. So what we as educators have to do is we are going to recognize that each child learns differently and at their own pace. You know, we cannot expect that, okay, if I have taught this concept one time, each and every child will learn up to a certain level. No, it is not going to happen like that. Every child thinks differently, every child learns differently. So definitely they are going to learn at their own pace. So they adapt the lessons to match the strength, interest, and needs of every learner. So what we have to do is we have to adapt our lessons and we are going to include uh, activities that are going to match the strength, interest, and needs of each and every child in our class. The next one is the formative assessment. So progress is measured through classwork, observation, and creative assignments rather than the formal pen paper test. So even when the child is in grade 1, we are not going to test the child based on pen paper examination. So we are having other tools for to measure the progress, like the performance in the class, observation, even certain creative assignment. So what would happen is this will ensure a stress-free environment and a continuous feedback regarding the learning of the child. You know what happens as soon as the child enters grade 1, even the parents are so much stressed. Like, okay, now the child has transitioned to formal schooling. So now again, a stress of examination. If the child is not able to write, if the child is not able to learn the answers and put up on the paper how it will be managed, and even they are constantly pressuring the child. So we have to create a stress-free environment over here. Then the next one is safe and supportive classroom. So emphasis is placed on emotional well-being and the social development of the children. So teachers need to nurture their curiosity, resilience, and self-confidence. Then ongoing professional training, as you all know that we have to regularly attend the workshops and refresher courses to enhance our skills, to adopt to the best practices and remain aligned with current educational goals. And talking about the result, so learning becomes joyful, inclusive, and enriching experience where each child will feel that he is seen, supported, and inspired to grow. Then why parents would love Vidya-Pravesh? So as you all know that even as the child enters the grade 1, the parents are more stressed out for the child. So smooth transition in the school life, the parents would be very happy. Why? Because children are, especially first generation learners, they would be feeling welcomed and confident stepping into the school environment that would value emotional security as much as academics. Then the play-based and the stress-free learning, no pressure of test or rote learning. Instead, the child would be learning through games, storytelling, role play, hands-on activities, and so on. Even then, language and social skill development through regular interaction and imaginative activities, they can begin expressing themselves more confidently and kindly. Again, there is focus on emotional well-being. So this program encourages empathy, resilience, and cooperation that would be building a strong foundation for lifelong learning. Then talking about building the strong foundations, that is the foundation for literacy and numeracy. So first, I would like to talk about the foundational literacy skills. So we are having oral language development and active listening. Then we are having print awareness and book handling. Then we are having the phonemic awareness and rhyming, vocabulary building and storytelling. We have alphabet recognition and letter sound relationships. And then talking about the foundational numeracy skill, understanding the shape, colors, and sizes. Then spatial awareness and one-to-one corresponding. Again, sorting, classification, pattern creation, number sense and basic counting, sequencing, seriation, and early data handling. So all these skills have to be developed during this 3-month Vidya-Pravesh course. And let us see how we would be doing all this. So when we talk about strengthening the foundational learning in grade 1, the first 12 weeks, that would be a very gentle transition. So for the initial 3 months of grade 1, the focus would be on emotional, social, and cognitive readiness, fun-filled play-based experiences, interactive and exploratory activities. So this approach will create a smooth and confident entry into formal schooling. Then, beyond the first 12 weeks, NEP 2020 encourages these engaging pedagogies to continue throughout the foundational stage, that is the ages 3 to 8 years, to ensure that joyful learning is happening. And when we talk about like why is this required, why is this needed? So India faces a critical learning crisis and nearly 5 crore children lack the basic literacy and numeracy skills. So many enter the grade 1 from diverse backgrounds, homes, anganwadis, preschools. And without quality early education, early childhood education, then lacking readiness in language and numeracy, and what the grade 1 teachers expect is, okay, you have come to grade 1, you should know how to write sentences, you should know how to write words, you should know the meaning, you should be able to learn the question and answers. So these are the expectations of the teachers. And on the other hand, the child is confused and the parent is stressed out. So to cover up all these things, this course has been designed. Then certain key challenges that have been observed is children often begin school at the age of 5 to 6 and they have limited exposure to structured learning. Also, there is gap in early language, math concept and cognitive development, and these early deficiencies affect the future academic success. So when we're talking about Vidya-Pravesh regarding the foundation for lifelong learners, the certain objective and focus areas are foundational literacy and numeracy, that would be involving oral language, print awareness, alphabet recognition, and number sense. Social emotional development, that is sharing, adjusting to the routines, and emotional security. Concentration and focus, that is activities that would extend attention span and engagement. Then confidence and motivation, inquiry-based learning, experimentation, and problem solving. Then physical and mental growth, that is yoga, dance, exercise for motor skills and mental alertness. So now when we are talking about strengthening the early learning through Vidya-Pravesh, we have two important factors, that is ethical and civic values, that is seva or responsibility, empathy through role play and storytelling. And the next one is family and community involvement. So weekly activity planning, parent participation in learning, home to school transition support. I would like you all to share certain activities that would enhance ethical and civic values and also involve the family or the community in learning.
Participants, if anyone wants to respond to ma'am, please raise your virtual hand. I can unmute you then. Ma'am's question is how any activity that involves the family and community involvement.
So any activities that would be enhancing the ethical and civic values or and also involving the family or community in the learning. Yeah.
Ma'am, we have Shikha ma'am. Yes, Shikha ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Ma'am, like we did an activity on basically it was say no to plastic bags. So students they made newspaper bags or even you can say those brown bags, and then we encourage them to go to their local grocers or vendor shop, and then encourage them that this is the thing, the drive which we have started, and I would request like the student would request the vendor to use those bags like jute bags or cloth bag or paper bag instead of polythene. So parents appreciated this, that now yes the student is also getting aware about the harmfulness of those plastic bags, and they are making others also aware. So this was the activity that we did to enhance to incorporate the community service in our students.
Yeah, very well, very good activity. I think, even when we look at the other part, even the vegetable vendor would be feeling that, okay, if the child is asking me not to use plastic bag, and I also know the vegetable vendor is aware that plastic is not good. So he would be feeling like now even children are telling, so I think I should stop plastic bag. Don't you think it would be happening somewhere?
For sure. The awareness will spread. Yeah. Dipti ma'am has written visit to an old age home.
Yeah, Srilatha ma'am has written, we have made the paper bags. Yeah, a nice activity. Bini ma'am has written role play and storytelling. Archana ma'am has written encouraging tree plantation and mango seed collection. A very good activity that is, yeah. Then we have from Suganthi ma'am, field visit to learn the growth of animals and birds. A nice activity. Even we can sensitize them towards the environment through this. Archana ma'am has written the community helpers. Yeah, a very good activity again. We have planting of trees from Preetha ma'am. Pushpalata ma'am has written value our products, old product awareness of global warming. Can you please explain it more, Pushpalata ma'am? Would you like to share your thoughts on it?
Ma'am, you can raise your hand so that I can unmute you. Virtual hand.
Pushpalata ma'am, would you like to throw light on this value our products, old product awareness of global warming? I think 2 participants have raised hands.
Yes, ma'am. I was trying to find it from Pushpalata ma'am first. Okay. So yes, ma'am, she is. Ma'am, Pushpalata ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Ma'am, by using jute, the students will be able to reduce the usage of plastic bags, and they will start using jute bags, and we will know about our value for our old products, and employment also for them. Then global warming will be reduced.
Yeah, yes.
And the aquatic animals will be saved. So many things are interlinked.
Yeah. So many aspects are interlinked with just one activity and sensitization towards the environment. Very good activity, ma'am.
Yes.
Again,
Thank you, ma'am.
Elizabeth ma'am has written encouraging the students to talk to their grandparents about their school going memories. And the
Yes,
next
ma'am.
students can share in class. A very good activity, ma'am. Dipti ma'am has written ramp walk of community helpers. Wow, a brilliant activity that is. Renu ma'am has written about the role play activities. Very nice activity. Then we have an answer, have to visit the field, how food plants are cultivated. That is very important. Students should understand that. Preetha ma'am has written planting saplings on their birthdays. Wow, a very good activity that is. Thank you card for community helper, written by Archana ma'am. Very nice activity. Purnima night power saving, written by Shikha ma'am. Deepti ma'am has written magical words activity. So Sanifa ma'am has written like teachers, parents too have a big role in the development of early children. Yeah, yes, definitely. Parents should find some time to spend with children and narrate them certain stories, engage them in gardening and helping others. Exactly. Because most of the time the child is at home with their parents and they also play a very important role in learning. Even Sarumati ma'am has written the celebration of Grandparents' Day. A nice activity. Sharing of food. Yeah, a definitely good activity. Gratitude activity for community helpers. A nice one. Yeah, nice one. So we are getting so many activities. I think we all can note out for the upcoming year. Then talking about the duration of the module. So our target group is children who are newly admitted to grade 1. The learning approach would be a play-based and activity-based learning experiences, and transaction of the schedule 5 days a week, 4 hours per day, and it can be flexible based on children's need. And talking about the flexibility, the 4-hour daily duration can be adjusted. It can be reduced or increased depending upon our classroom context and the children's readiness. Also, the schools functioning on Saturdays, they can utilize their time for recapitulation and also plan the activities for the upcoming week. Now, the pedagogy of Vidya-Pravesh. The focus of pedagogy, it is an emphasis on play-based learning to enhance the development of cognitive abilities, that is thinking and reasoning, affective abilities, that is emotions and attitudes, psychomotor skills like movement and coordination, and early literacy and numeracy. And key goals are to promote holistic development through exploration, investigation, problem solving, and critical thinking. So the three core components of the pedagogical approach, first one is the play, then interaction, that is peer and group dialogue and meaningful exchanges. And the third component is the environment. The environment should be safe, rich, and with stimulating surrounding. So this is the pedagogy of the module. We are having play, we are having environment, and we are having interaction. So Nipun Bharat development goals are aligned with Vidya-Pravesh. So there are 3 development goals that have been mentioned in Vidya-Pravesh. Goal 1 is that children should maintain good health and well-being. And the focus areas are physical and motor development, socio-emotional development, health, hygiene, and nutrition, and formation of early habits. Then goal 2 is children should become effective communicators, and focus areas are language development and early literacy skills. And goal 3 is children become involved learners and connect with their immediate environment. And the focus areas are environmental awareness, scientific curiosity and reasoning, mathematical thinking, and problem solving. And these goals are typically aligned with the framework such as National Curriculum Framework for Foundational Stage under India's NEP 2020. So these are the developmental goal-wise competencies for holistic development of the child. So in Vidya-Pravesh, we are having 3 developmental goals. So key steps in planning. So we as educators are first going to analyze the program that we are doing right now. We already know the purpose, we already know the target group, we know the format, we know the pedagogy and duration. Now our next task is use weekly scheduling tools. We are going to refer to day-wise weekly schedule. Schedules have been provided in the handbook of Vidya-Pravesh. So we can map the activities, that is 4 hours per day or 5 days and 5 days per week. And the third step is to prepare the teaching materials. So we can arrange and display in advance. We can use local, low or no cost resources, natural and eco-friendly materials. So effective program implementation, the first step is to set up the classroom. We have to create the activity areas like library, having certain story and picture books, then dramatic play, science, blocks, maths, art, music, and movement. And we are going to ensure flexibility seating where the child is allowed to move around the class, interact with other students and socialize, and inclusive steps, setups if we are having certain Divyang children accordingly. Then the next step is safe and engaging environment. We have to provide age-appropriate indoor and outdoor equipments. We have to use eco-friendly materials like tires, ropes, and beams. Also, we have to encourage free play as well as guided play. And the third thing regarding the teacher's role and the assessment. So we as teachers have to build family relationship, home visits where possible. We can maintain individual child progress report cards. We have to share the summaries regularly with the parents. And along with it, we have to maintain a balance between teacher-initiated versus child-initiated activities, indoor versus outdoor learning, also large versus small group activities. So certain core practices, we have to start the day meaningfully. We can begin each day with a prayer of gratitude, nature, and patriotism. Engage in daily news sharing and guided conversation. So if you're going to refer the PDF that has been shared by any for Vidya-Pravesh in Annexure 4, it has been mentioned. The next one is the next one is to foster balance and inclusion. So we have to blend the learning modes, teacher initiated and child initiated activities, indoor outdoor activities, large and small group activities, and even communication in the mother tongue or familiar language should be allowed. And we have to ensure inclusivity through differentiated task, peer support, flexible learning, flexible grouping, and even the parental input. Then the next one, we need to promote hands-on and contextual learning. For that, we need to use real life materials for better concept clarity, and there should be transition activities along with rhymes, stories, and songs. So talking about scheduling, expression, and assessment. So following a holistic day schedule, the activity should include circle time, free play, numeracy, literacy, art, craft, outdoor activities, and goodbye circle. So we have to plan our day in such a manner. We can use Saturdays for review and reflection. Then regarding encouraging expression and participation, the children share ideas, solve the problem, and discuss the strategies. Then we can use stories and games to boost sequencing and thinking skills. Then the third and important part is observe, assess, and collaborate. So we are going to track the holistic progress. We have to communicate regularly with the parents to help extend the learning at home. Now, regarding tracking the children's progress or a holistic continuous approach. So when we are tracking the progress, the purpose would be understand individual strength and needs of the child, how the child is getting adapted to strategies and the learning environment, and we have to enable timely support through reflection. Then regarding the methods for tracking the child's progress, observation and anecdotal notes. Even we can capture the real behaviors using the anecdotal notes. Then we have portfolios, that is a collection of the activities of the child. Checklist or the rating scales, we can track the skills and the development of the child. Then through photos and videos, record the learning moments of the child. So all these are the methods to track and collect the progress of the child. Then process is we need to maintain individual portfolios of the child. Also, we need to observe in small groups and we have to remain objective. And we have to track the growth against our own baseline and not about the peers. And talking about the school readiness, use pre and post module assessment to evaluate the progress. So this is a draft how we can map the learning outcomes. Even in the Vidya-Pravesh module that has been shared in the form of PDF, they have given ready-made draft to record the observation. For example, learning outcomes that have been achieved, 3 scales have been given, 3 rating scale, that is rarely, sometimes, and always. For example, whether the child follows healthy hygienic habits. So the teacher has to observe the child closely and accordingly grade the child. Then participates actively in group activities, takes initiative during the activities, enjoys singing, rhymes. So this has been given in the PDF that has been shared to record the learning outcome of the child. So when we are talking about the involvement of parent and community in children's learning, so we have already discussed about the parental involvement. So how we can involve the parent? We can encourage, we can explain the Vidya-Pravesh, that is the 3-month transition plan to the parents. Also, we can encourage daily conversations about the school. We can assign simple and supportive home tasks. Also, we can have daily reflection prompts like what did you enjoy today? What task did your teacher give? Did you ask or learn something new? The parents can involve or get connected with the activities of the child through such kind of conversation. Then there are certain guidelines for parents like we need to observe and share the behavior of the child during the PTM, avoid comparison and respect individual pace. We should not compare one child with other child. Support play-based learning like stories, like through stories, drawing and role play. Use household items for learning like sorting and sensory games. We can suggest the parents such kind of activities. Also, we can review and appreciate their work daily. Then talking about the community engagement, engage the community in school events and resource sharing. We can include local leaders in SMC. We can also organize readiness melas, awareness campaigns, home visits, and again, PTM. And talking about supporting the children with disabilities. So through classroom strategies, what we can do, we can have inclusive participation. We can involve children with special needs or children with disability at their comfort level. Even we can simplify the instructions. We can use repetition and clarity so that they understand it better. Even hands-on support, we can use tactile materials. We can allow extra response time. Then flexibility of learning should be given. Choice-based tasks should be provided. Alternative expressions can be given like drawing, gestures, or boards. Even positive reinforcement. That should be timely and specific praise aligned to the ability of the child. Then regarding the environment adjustments, seating arrangement can be made near the teacher to reduce the distraction. We can use the cues in the form of bells or songs for transition. Even maintain calm and predictable routines, offer individual emotional and academic support so that the child does not feels out of place. Then peer sensitization, we need to promote empathy-based peer support, even build a teamwork and respectful relationships. Talking about family and specialist engagement, we can counsel the parent to focus on strengths and certain home strategies. Even we can collaborate with special educators so that they can provide personalized plans, certain strategies for autism or hyperactive children, and updated response techniques. So as we spoke about the developmental goal-wise activities, so the goal 1 is the health and well-being. So when we refer the PDF, 53 activities have been given in the PDF from page number 33 to 54. Then goal 2 is effective communicators. This is our goal 2, that the child should be effective communicators. 38 activities have been given, ranging from page number 44 to 72. And goal 3, the student should become involved learners. For around 46 activities have been given from page number 73 to 88. I would like to share the PDF with you. So this is a PDF that is for Vidya-Pravesh. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the PDF for Vidya-Pravesh. Just 3-month play-based school preparatory module. I'll just go to page now. So this is goal 1, children maintain good health and well-being. They have also given the key competencies along with the activities what are required. For example, if we see activity 1, that is the name of the activity is all about me. The competencies are self-awareness, development of positive self-concept, listening, speaking skills. Even they have mentioned what materials would be required, pencil and crayon. Even the procedure has been given. Ask each child to think and talk about what they want to be, what do they like, or what is it that they do not like. And we need to provide opportunities and experiences for children to talk about themselves and describe themselves. So for this, in such manner, so many activities have been given. Even the plan and what materials are required is directly given over here. So if we go through this PDF, we can get the activities and the plan that are ready to use. Again, if we see activity number 4, it is regarding the jigsaw puzzles. So the key competencies that would be problem solving, decision making, fine motor development. The materials required are given the jigsaw puzzle. Even the procedure has been mentioned. So like this for each and every goal certain activities have been mentioned. So this PDF we would be sharing, so you all can refer, or even on Google, if you search, you will get the PDF and you can use it accordingly. So for goal 1, 53 activities have been given, goal 2, 38 activities, and goal 3, 46 activities have been given. Certain illustrations and worksheets have also been given that we can directly use. Ready-made worksheets have been provided from page number 91 to 164. I would like to share the worksheets with you. Like for example, goal 1, children maintain good health and well-being. The first worksheet they have given is regarding my body parts. So as you can see, ready-made worksheets are given over here. We can use it as it is. Again, second worksheet is for homework. It's me asks the children to draw their own picture and write their name. Again, we can see worksheet 3 has been given. So the fourth worksheet is about this is my family. So based on the key competencies and the developmental goals, they have shared the worksheet for all the 3 goals. So that is from page number 91 to 164 in the PDF. So when we are talking about developmental goal 1, that is health and well-being, referred as HW. So they have even mentioned the learning outcomes ranging from 3.1 to 3.18. So 3.1 and 3.2 is related to describe the self and recognize the relationship, that is family, identity, and interest areas. Again, 3.3 to 3.6 is the child shows independence, follow the routines, and focus on tasks. Then we have expressing emotions, taking responsibilities, resolving conflict, accepting others' ideas. Then follow hygiene, safety rules, display coordination in gross motor activities. So along with this, they have also given what activities are to be conducted and what worksheets we can use. That has been given ready-made in the PDF. And activities to build the skills also have been mentioned, like role play, games, storytelling, sports, art, and music sessions. So when we talk about developmental goal 2, the goal 2 is children become effective communicators. So again, there are 4 key competencies, that is talking and listening in first language, reading with comprehension, writing with purpose, and second language exposure. So even certain learning outcomes have been mentioned, like the child converses confidently at home and school, selects and predicts the stories using pictures, shares experiences of reading and poems, reciting the poems with expression and fluency. So again, these competencies have been mentioned in the PDF. They have also given certain activities for that. Even the worksheets have been mentioned, and even in the holistic progress report card, the same things have been mentioned so that we can mark the learning outcome. And for developmental goal 2, if we talk about the learning facilitators, they are songs, storytelling, shared reading, book corners, language games, pre-expressions. So these are certain facilitators for developmental goal 2. And when we talk about developmental goal 3, that is children become involved learners and connect with their immediate environment. Again, there are key competencies. First one is sensory development. Then next is the cognitive skills. Then environmental concept. Again, the concept formation. And talking about the learning facilitators, we have nature walk, we have storytelling, hands-on math games, we have sensory play. Again, we have certain real life examples we can give to the students. Again, for developmental goal 3, activities have been given, worksheets have been given, and even a draft has been given to mark the learning outcome of the child. So again, talking about developmental goal 3, the learning outcomes have been mentioned. Like for example, for exploration and observation, uses senses to explore the surrounding, describes the detail, remembers and identifies the missing part of familiar visuals. matches, classifies, arranges objects in sequence, understands time-based events in stories. So in this manner, the learning outcomes have been mentioned for all the three developmental goals. Also, a certain sample framework for day-wise weekly schedule has been given. So weekly schedule highlights is days covered would be Monday to Saturday, age group 3 to 6 years. And balance of activities they have given is structured learning, that is involving literacy, numeracy, and EVS. Then play-based learning involving free play and sensory play. Then creative expressions, including art, music, and dance. Then life skills and value education. Then physical development, that is indoor, outdoor games, yoga. Then story time and language enrichment. And again, circle time and reflection. So even it is flexible, adapt to the children's space, needs, and seasonal consideration. Also include time for free choice and teacher guided exploration. So certain like a time block suggestion I have mentioned over here. Suppose say if we are starting the school at 8:30 or then 8:30 to 9 can be the arrival and the free play time. Then 9 to 9:30 can be circle time involving songs, rhymes, and talk. Then 9:30 to 10:15 can be core learning involving literacy and numeracy skills. Then say 10:15 to 10:30 can be a snack break. 10:30 to 11 outdoor play or physical activity. Then 11 to 11:30 can be dedicated to storytelling or theme-based talk. Then 11:30 to 12 can be dedicated to art, craft, music, and movement. Then 12 to 12:30 can be a wrap-up and reflection. So you can modify the schedule as per your choice and your convenience, your interest. This is just a gist or an example of the time block. Again, in the Vidya-Pravesh module, sample framework for day-wise weekly schedule has been mentioned from page number 171 to 220. I would like to share it with you. Is my screen visible, Shweta ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
So a ready-made sample framework has been given for day-wise weekly schedule. Like we can see, play sessions, meet and greet, teacher initiated. Then they have given circle time, free indoor, outdoor play. And how are we going to manage our week from Monday to Friday? For example, welcoming the children with some warm-up activities, clapping, jumping, fly like a bird, laugh wholeheartedly. Then regarding health and hygiene, checkup or school prayer. Then whether the students have cut their nail, proper haircut, such kind, so that they are aware of health and hygiene. Then we can have free conversation or talking time. Again, they have given certain free indoor play activities like block building area, math manipulatives, discovery or science, dolls area, reading area, art, writing, toy, and do it yourself area. Even they have mentioned how it would be implemented, like let children choose the activity areas of their own choice. Then keep developmentally appropriate toys and materials. So like this, the whole plan has been given. So you all can refer and we can adjust it according to our schedule or our requirement. So that has been given from page number 171 to 220. Then talking about the types of teaching learning strategies. So we have teacher-led activities, we have shared learning activities, and we have child-led activities. So teacher-led activities, teacher will take the lead to demonstrate the skills and guide the observation. Shared learning activities, children and teacher will learn together through collaboration, like shared reading, reading books together, shared writing, jointly creating the text, and role play or dramatization. And child-led activities, certain examples have been given where children explore with minimal adult direction, independent reading, like looking through picture books or illustration, independent writing, writing certain messages. And when we talk about the focused strategies for language and literacy, we have storytelling, we have read aloud, we have modeled writing. Modeled writing, teacher writes using the children's speech or drawing and demonstrates the structure of the sentence, punctuation, and writing direction. Then we have shared writing, group generated text like class event or birthday list. Then we have picture reading, guided reading, like scaffold reading skill with targeted support, then small group with similar reading abilities. You can frame it as per the requirement of the student. Then independent writing, children write based on drawings or personal experiences. Then certain suggested numeracy activities for young learners, sorting and classifying. Like we can give them objects, they have to sort by based on color, shape, or size. Then one-to-one correspondence, they can match the item to the numbers, like 4 apple with number 4. Again, pattern making, we can encourage the students to create patterns with beads or play-doh, like red, blue, red, or certain other patterns. Then counting games, like counting the real item, pencils, books, or using the rhymes like 5 little ducks. Then shape exploration, identifying and sorting with the help of shape, size, like circle, triangle, um, um, making a group of all the objects which are circular in shape, triangular in shape, or in square. So accordingly, they can differentiate or bifurcate the items. Then measuring and comparing, we can provide them with tape or rulers to compare the height or the length of the object. Then certain activities that have been suggested to foster scientific thinking. We can have nature walk, sorting of natural objects like classify leaves, rocks, seeds by texture, color, or size. Then gardening, let children grow flowers or vegetables, learn about caring and growth styles. Simple science experiments like safe activities like mixing oil and water or seed sprouting, recycling and waste sorting to identify and separate the recyclables and waste. Again, observation journals, children can draw or note what they see in nature each day or each week. Then talking regarding the numeracy rich and science rich environment. So numeracy area, scientific inquiry area, and interactive displays. We can have corners accordingly in our classroom or set up accordingly. So set up a designated corner with counting blocks and beads, measuring tools, number lines, charts, and puzzles. So we can encourage daily interaction to build the number sense and confidence. Then for scientific inquiry area, we can have a stock up with magnifying glasses, nature samples like leaves and stones, basic tools like beakers, droppers, and plant pots, simple experiment kits for observation and discovery that can promote curiosity in the children. Then interactive displays we can rotate the displays based on the ongoing themes like nature of the week with photos, facts, and certain real object, which can include the work of children, like they are drawing journals or science logs. Then month-wise assessment framework has been given in the module. So 3 months, for each month we have to assess the student. So a holistic report card framework has been given from page number 235 to 242. I would like to share it with you. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
So month-wise assessment framework, a ready-made framework has been provided in the Vidya-Pravesh handbook, tracking of children's preparedness for school. So first month, the objective is to develop an interest in the school program and help children make adjustment in the school environment and learning. So a ready-made report card format has been given. And against 3 rating scale, we need to mark the children, that is rarely, sometimes, and always. So we can see certain aspects that have been mentioned. Comes to school happily, greet teachers and peers, take care of own and others' belongings. Then we have next is participation in outdoor play activities. So here the rating scale is needs help, can do with difficulty, or can do. So certain aspects that have been mentioned involve self in sand and water play, balances the body, run slow and fast according to the need. So like this, for each month, the holistic report card format has been mentioned. So in the handbook, you all can refer it for each month. That has been mentioned from page 235 to 242. And talking about the guided conversation topics for the circle time. So say suppose everyday experiences. Okay, 16 topics have been mentioned in the handbook. So first to 5 is related to everyday experiences like regarding the festivals, toys, places, dresses, parts of body and plant. Just to whatever the students are familiar, they will start a conversation based on that. Then 6 to 8 have been topic has been given regarding healthy living and values like healthy food habits, fruits, veggies, sprouts, milk, water. Again, hygienic practices, brushing, bathing, hand washing, grooming, good habits and values like praying, respect, neatness, caring for others. So we can have a circle time and a conversation on such kind of topics. Again, safety and awareness regarding road safety, sign symbols, emergency numbers, good touch, bad touch. Again, regarding environment and community, we can have a circle time or a conversation based on topics like fire drill, earthquake safety, places of worship, water saving, tree planting, and even stories of certain great personalities to inspire and encourage the children. Certain key considerations have been mentioned for storytelling. The first consideration is regarding the story selection. So choosing short and clear, relatable stories. We need to avoid the complex plots or difficult vocabulary words. Again, moral values, ensure each story conveys a positive value like kindness, honesty, teamwork. Then interactive discussion, we can ask questions after the story time. Use of props and visual aids so that the children get uh, involved and they are interested to listen to the story. We can have visual aids or props like puppets, masks, or drawings. Then retelling the story, we can invite the children to re-narrate the story so they can enhance their memory, language, and comprehension. Then creative expression, that is drawing, writing, or dramatizing the favorite parts of the story. So this will foster their imagination and emotional connection. Also, in the handbook of Vidya-Pravesh, certain exemplar stories have been given for children from page number 233 to 253. I'll just share it with you. See, like this, courage to stand for the truth. So the whole story has been given. So we can use these stories as it is from the handbook itself, and they are crisp and short so that the students can remember it. Siddhartha and Devdatta, Guru Shishya. So like this, many stories have been given. Accordingly, we can, around 23 stories have been given in the handbook. So we can refer the handbook. That's it for today. Thank you. Any questions from your side?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insightful and engaging session on Vidya Pravesh. Your deep understanding and such an elaborated presentation of the foundational education is actually enriched all of us today. We are grateful for your valuable strategies and perspectives shared. It will surely help us to create more meaningful and learning experiences for our young learners. Um, Everyone present here, the floor is now open for any questions. If you have any queries, you please like to, or any reflection that you would like to share, please feel free to do so. Ma'am will be happy to address them. Please share your question in the chat box or raise your virtual hand. Anyone? Ma'am, in the chat box previously, when we had started, there was a question from Ms. Nevedita. how many number of lessons should we involve if we are having activities-based learning?
See, the number of lessons, they have exactly, there is no definite number of lessons that they have mentioned. It is mentioned that 4 hours of learning should be there, and you have to manage the learning with free play, guided play, activity based, gross motor, fine motor. You have to blend the activities. Someday what can happen is the time for gross motor skill was more, sometime fine motor skill was less. So there is no certain hard and fast planning that has been given. Also, one example I had shared, you can plan your activity based on your choice. It is solely based on the teacher how you are planning based on the needs and requirements of the children.
Yes. Ma'am, there was one more question as to how to increase the interest in mathematics, because they are, small kids and they really don't get the interest of it. This question was asked by Samar sir.
Yeah, so to increase their interest in mathematics, as we have already seen, we can set up a math corner. And in the math corner, we can set up certain objects, or we can put up certain flashcards related to mathematics, like we can equip them with rulers to measure the and compare the height and length. Also, we can have the blocks so that they can count. Also, we can give them certain objects and so that they can segregate based on shapes. So if we are giving them many activities, and avoiding the formal teaching, they will learn along with play. So accordingly, we can use the activity-based learning.
I'm sure both our participants have been responded very nicely and in a detailed manner by ma'am herself. Dear participants, kindly note that you can log into www.b-tag.in to download your certificates also. So I guess we can conclude the session now.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah. As we conclude this powerful learning experience, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Salam sir and Dr. Pillai sir for their inspiring leadership, to Miss Ansari for her masterful and generous sharing of knowledge, and to each one of you, thank you for your attention, curiosity, and commitment to growth. Your involvement inspires us to organize many more exciting sessions. We look forward to seeing you at our next event featuring another distinguished resource person. Let's continue to empower our students, not just academically, but holistically, because their future deserves nothing less. Thank you once again. Stay inspired, stay impactful. Over to you, Salam sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks to both of you. And well done and wonderful. Had what do you call, big round of applause. You deserve, both of you, equally. Equally, both of you were very active. And Amira ma'am, it's amazing that you covered a lot of things within 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Thank you,
It's a
sir.
very huge text, and to summarize within 1 hour is not an easy task. And your energy level is much appreciated. Thank you so much. I was wondering whether you would be, even without taking a glass of water, how you could go like this. So by God's grace, you could do a wonderful job. Thank you, as usual, as usual. Thank you so much, ma'am. And Shweta ma'am, special mention is required, and you have done a wonderful job along with Miss Amira. And thank you so much, Biju sir, and all those who have joined. And please tell those who could not join, we will be sharing this video with them. And don't worry about the certificate. After watching the YouTube video, you can apply for the certificate.
Yes.
So keep learning. That is what we have to tell you. We will be there with you, with whichever way is possible to give you much more information, knowledge, and share the knowledge. And as put forth by NEP, CBSE, or NCRT, we will be covering all those, so that you can be better equipped yourself with all those resources. So thank you so much. Have a good night,
Good night,
everybody.
sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, everyone.